Hello, hello! Welcome everyone to another evening of World of Warships Legends. I'm your host, Phoenix61. We are rocking the Conqueror tonight. This is my pretty standard loadout of range and HE shell build for most of my British battleships, so that's what we're rocking. That's why you'll see us using HE shells quite a bit. But yeah. So we are also playing through kind of all of our legendary ships probably over the next week or so, just because we are with the winter update. I think you can get a winter crate sort of with each legendary and tier 8 ship that you play. So yeah. So we did Stalingrad yesterday, so if you haven't seen that video yet, it's out there. Then the Ohio, so this is the Ohio is also a new legendary tier ship. I think you have a chance to get that from a crate. I don't even know if you have to do, I don't even think you have to do Bureau for that. You can just get it out of a crate, or you can probably buy it. I'm sure Oregon will always take your money if you just want it, right? But we had AP loaded and I actually didn't realize that, but so we'll switch to HE here, but we did get a pretty awesome hit regardless, 16,000. But typically what I'm trying to do, and that was a decent like broadside-ish shot, right? So that was totally appropriate to have AP anyway. But typically what I do is try and fire spam people with this ship. So we'll, similar to how I rock the Japanese cruisers, we will light one ship on fire and then switch to a different ship and light them on fire. So kind of force people to use their damage controls, and then you can get more fire going, and then the fire burns, and then you get hit points, and yeah. YOLO, right? Alright, so Ohio's picking on us, because yes, we're a spongy ship. You can take pretty bad hits in this ship, so you definitely want to, and I think like a lot of the British battleships are kind of like this too, right? But yeah, Citadel's pretty easy to hit, and so you can die pretty quickly if you're not paying attention. So we are doing a very typical, what we do with the ship is kind of a defensive angle, right? So I'm kind of trying to stretch it. It should be angled a little bit better than this, but I'm trying to see if I can't get those front turrets to be able to shoot these enemies, right? So a little bit of a risk-reward situation, right? So since this destroyer is spotted, we will shoot him. That's another thing that I like to do with these British battleships that we've got kind of outfitted for HE. A lot of people don't expect you to be shooting HE as a battleship, and it works really great against destroyers. So more often than not, I will take those shots at those destroyers when the opportunity presents itself. I usually like getting them off the board early, just because destroyers are kind of one of your biggest threats when you're playing as a battleship, right? So even though they're hard to kill as a battleship, it is valuable to kill them as a battleship, right? So, I mean, that dude's got a lot of health for a destroyer, jeepers. See if we can't get another hit on him. We're also getting the defend, too, when we hit him. So it's sort of resetting the capture on that zone, so they haven't been able to get that zone capped. We're also getting them from hitting this Ohio, too, since he's in the zone as well. We got somebody burning good. It must be the Ohio. I'm watching our damage numbers just keep ticking up. The other thing, too, with the Ohio so new right now, people that might not have kind of had it figured out how to play it yet, but I would think that most people wouldn't come directly into the zone, but, you know. But it has kind of forced our team to kind of take a step back, so if you notice, even our destroyer is hanging back. That Giuseppe Verde, a lot of people rig those out with secondary battery builds. They have pretty decent range for secondary batteries, so it's kind of a brawler ship. And then you've got the destroyer in there. The Albane is probably a good destroyer hunter. It's got a lot of health as well, so we will hang back and whittle these guys down. I'm just keeping an eye on the minimap too. The other thing too, so you can see our teammates on the other side have really there's only one ship down, right? But like they've taken over that side, right? So a lot of times what you end up with in World of Warships Legends games is one side of your team, one side of the map your team's doing great, and the other side of the map your team's doing bad. So if you end up on the side, and I would consider us as doing bad, even though we're kind of hanging in there just fine. But if you end up on this side where, you know, the enemy team is sort of taking over, it's a good opportunity to take on this sort of defensive angle. And then just kind of fight it out, you know, like don't throw your ship away, don't go in and try and, you know, be a man and take the zone and fight for the zone. Like, surviving helps, you know, if you're dead, you don't have any guns then, you can't shoot anybody when you're dead. So we kind of just try and, like, you know, do the best we can, whittle the enemy ships down as much as we can, and then that way, once our teammates kind of make their rounds around the map, they will be able to come in and help us out and clean up. Right, so survival is really kind of the key component when you're on the sort of the losing side of the playing field, right? So how it looks like he's gonna get a decent hit on us. Oh, not bad at all. So we will keep, yeah. So you can see, like, that Giuseppe Verde is gone. Our teammates are cleaning up other ships. And then this Ohio is, you know, not going to last that much longer either if we can keep fire spamming him like this, right? So we just lit another fire on him, and then this Heisen pops up, so we're going to see if we can't trigger fire on the Heisen. And just keeping an eye out for shells coming from the Ohio as well. And that's not hurting bad at all, though. He fired a little, yeah, he's hitting us too far back, but still. Alright, he's not on fire anymore, so we can trigger some more on him. Our destroyer is finally coming back. I am a little bit concerned where their destroyer went that's been on this side, so I think we've kind of lucked out with, you know, we're being smart and we're not staying in one place and we're not maintaining a single course, right? So we're stopping and starting, so that's probably throwing him off if he's still even over here. But yeah, we do have the potential of just getting wiped out by torpedoes here at any moment. You know, you never know. So yeah, the key there is just don't be predictable. Alright, now we're not even spotted. So maybe that destroyer's not by us. Either that or he went way around somewhere. Alright, so we're going to cut in. We can be a little bit more risky now, since our team is really kicking butt at this point, right? So a lot of times when it's kind of obvious, your team's going to win, I like to be a little bit more aggressive. Try and get some more points, try and make some cool, fun moments happen in the game, right? It's a game, right? So so that Heisen took those torpedo hits, and he is probably flooding like crazy because, well, I mean, you're either flooding or you're not, right? But because he had used his damage gun to put out our fire, right? So you can see he's ticking down. Then we're going to trigger a fire on him as well. So now he's flooding and burning. So he is going to succumb to damage over time pretty quickly. There's the enemy destroyer finally popped up down there by the lower end of the zone. So not sure what he was doing this whole time, but he probably could have been probably could have taken us out if he had stuck to his guns and stayed up here. So we are rocking 175,000 damage already. Probably quite a bit of that is from the 10 fires that we've made on these ships. Second kill for us for this game. We're at 900 points, so this game might not last too much longer here. We'll head for the zone, because that's pretty much all we can do at this point. Hopefully, if somebody can spot that destroyer, we'll obviously take our shots at that destroyer. But of course, their cruiser is wicked far out there, right? So it'll probably be a while before we can get to him. Well, it's contested. So the zone's contested, so we know their destroyer's in the zone. Trying to hang on, hold on hope for that last zone. There he is. There he is. See what these HE shells can do. He's got engine damage, so he's kind of dead in the water there. So if you see the, if you don't know, if you see the sparks coming out of their smokestacks, that means they have engine damage. So a lot of destroyers use the Unstoppable legendary perk for the commanders, so you can still have some movement with it. So, but they'll still be going slower, you know. Yeah, he's still got it. You can see the sparks coming out of his smokestack. Oh, can we jack this kill? Oh, that would have been a sorry, not sorry moment. Man, what is their cruiser just popped up on the minimap way down in the bottom right corner. I don't know what he's doing way out there. But, yep, we're going to win on points. That is that. We will check out the leaderboard, see where we ended up. Because we're awesome, and we're almost always at the top, aren't we? That is not true. But this time we did get the top of the leaderboard with 2,400 XP. Made 72 grand in silver, regular currency, whatever you want to call it, right? So we'll quick go through the commander. This is actually Andrew Cunningham. You can see at the top right. Ella Rossi is the Commander Geist, right? So, but yeah, so battleship, main gun, HE damage, and shell grouping is kind of what I went with for inspirations. And then a lot of what you'll see here is range for the choices. And then yeah, battleship and guns traverse speed. You could do AP shell damage, but I don't use the AP that much, so we went with the other one, right? And then main gun range as well. I am, of course, addicted to Will to Rebuild. I use it almost exclusively for all of my battleships for the most part. It just feels too good to not die when you're about to die, right? Well, that is our video on the Conqueror for this time around. Please make sure to follow the channel. We are trying to do a World of Warships video every single day. So see you tomorrow. And now, of course, it is appropriate to like the video only if you liked the video, right? That's how it's supposed to work, right? Until next time, thank you for watching.